I took one of my favorite recipes from Tegan of Half-Baked Harvest and made it low carb. Today we're making a protein-packed low carb version of her well-loved 20-minute ginger cashew beef over creamy coconut rice. Her recipe uses some not so keto friendly ingredients, but luckily I found some replacements for those, plus all the pantry staples that I need to make this from my partner for this video, which is Thrive Market. Thrive Market is my go-to spot for protein-rich and low-carb ingredients. They make eating healthy so easy, convenient, and affordable since it's an online membership-based grocery store where I can shop for thousands of best-selling organic foods and natural products that are priced below retail prices. There's guaranteed savings in every order. I like to get my seasonings and spices there, like this organic ginger powder. I saved over $6 from purchasing it from Thrive Market rather than just using the grocery store. I got the coconut milk for my coconut rice, arrowroot powder she uses a thickener for the sauce, and this sweet chili sauce is the key replacement that will make this dish low carb. This brand has only 1 gram of carb per tablespoon compared to the 7 grams of carbs in the brand that Tegan recommends. And since I spent over $49, this order ships for free. When I go to make an order, I'll filter the products either by lifestyle, product type, or I just plug in my favorite brand. Thrive makes it so easy to fit my high protein, low carb lifestyle. They have a monthly membership for $12 a month, or you can do what I do, which is the yearly membership for only $59.95, which is only about $5 a month. With the money saved on your orders, you're going to make back the annual membership cost with just savings alone. And if you don't, Thrive Market is going to credit the difference. This order saved me $58, which just about covers the cost of my membership. Click on the link in my description box or go to thrivemarket.com/ketofocus to get 30% off your first order and a free gift worth up to $60 when you join Thrive Market today. And you're going to want to jump on this now because Thrive Market is having their biggest sale of the summer. Thousands of products are discounted up to 25% off from now until July 13th. Let's start with the main attraction, the beef. For this recipe, we use flank steak. This is about 2 pounds of flank steak, but you could also use skirt steak or flap steak if you can't get a hold of flank steak. Cut the steak into thin strips, cutting against the grain. Then set that aside while you heat up 3 tablespoons of avocado oil into a large skillet over medium-high heat. When the oil is heated, then we add in the beef, and add a tablespoon of arrowroot powder and a teaspoon of pepper. The arrowroot powder is going to serve as a thickener when we make the sauce. You could also use cornstarch. It has about the same amount of carbs per serving. Let this cook over medium-high heat until the steak is seared all over. This should take about 5 minutes. While that's cooking, peel and dice up 1 onion. We're going to use half now in the cashew beef and half going into the coconut rice. Tegan uses shallot, but shallot contains double the carbs compared to yellow onion, so that's why we're substituting that ingredient here. Back to our beef, add 1.5 cups of broccoli florets, and then half of the diced onion. Stir that to combine, then mix in 3 tablespoons of butter, 4 cloves of minced garlic. Then instead of using fresh or pickled ginger like the original recipe calls for, I'm using ground ginger. A teaspoon of it because it's just easier, plus I'd truly like to keep this recipe under 20 minutes. Then of course we need the cashews, 1 cup. Stir this to combine and then let it cook for around 2 minutes or until the steak starts to get crispy. For the sauce, stir in 1/3 cup of soy sauce, or you can use tamari, liquid aminos, coconut aminos. And now for another key ingredient that makes this dish low carb, sweet chili sauce from this brand only has 1 gram of carb per tablespoon. We're only adding 1/3 of a cup, so that's around 5 carbs for the entire dish. The brand that Tegan recommends adds 35 carbs. Too many. And this stuff tastes just as good and doesn't contain cane sugar or fructose like the other brand does. Sorry, Tegan. And lastly, for the sauce, add in 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. Stir that together and let it cook until the sauce slightly thickens before removing it from the heat. Now time for the coconut rice. I'm going to use a head of cauliflower, but you can certainly use frozen cauliflower or fresh cauliflower rice and skip the mess and the effort of ricing cauliflower. But I just wanted to show you how to do this if you're using a full head of cauliflower. Cut the cauliflower into small pieces and remove the stems, then working in batches, place 1 cup of cauliflower pieces into the food processor at a time, pulse it until it looks like rice, empty that into a bowl, and just repeat this until you have 4 cups. Of course, if you have a bigger food processor, you might not need to work in batches, but you be the judge here. To a clean skillet, add 2 tablespoons of oil and heat that over medium heat for about a minute. Then stir in the remaining diced onion and let that cook until it's softened, which will take around 2 minutes. Of course, the way to lower the carbs here is just to use less onion. So if you only wanted to use 1/4 of an onion, you could probably do that. You also want to add in 3 cloves of minced garlic here, and I forgot to film that part. Next, add in cauliflower rice and about 1/4 teaspoon of salt to the skillet. Also forgot to film that. I'm obviously failing at life today. Let that cook for 3 to 5 minutes or until it's tender. Now comes that coconut milk that I bought. 1 cup of coconut milk, and let that cook for around 5 minutes, stirring it occasionally until the liquid has evaporated and the cauliflower rice is cooked through. Tegan's recipe uses real rice, and for obvious reasons, we're not using real rice because we're trying to stay low carb, but this creamy coconut rice is a delicious replacement. Season it with more salt and pepper if needed, then plate down some coconut cauliflower rice and top with our cashew beef, a little bit of cilantro, some minced jalapeno, and some lime zest. And let me tell you, this dish has some incredible flavor. And it only took me 20 minutes. If you want to see more famous recipes turn keto, like Pioneer Woman's popular baked ziti recipe, then click right here. And don't forget to check out Thrive Market's biggest sale this summer this week, and save on thousands of top products when you use my link to get 30% off for your first order, plus a free gift worth up to $60.